Hi, welcome back. This is video number 2 in our ongoing series on life coaching. And my name is Ed Walsh. My internet site is lifecoachedwalsh.com. I hope you got a lot out of our last video we did together. It was kind of fun. It's kind of neat shooting from the hip like that, no script or anything. And yeah, I made a few mistakes, but what the heck, right? I have to be honest and say that I'm doing this for the fun of it, but I do take it seriously, and I understand that creating happiness in your life and getting you to the things that you want to get is critically important. I know that, and I do take my job seriously. Believe me, I do. But I like to laugh too. I love laughter. I think it's a great thing to have in your life, and I hope you agree with that. So take that for what it's worth. Okay, let's do my 2 disclaimers. The first one I just almost pretty much talked about it anyways. I'm shooting straight from the hip, 10 minutes nonstop. I'm going to make mistakes. We're both going to laugh at me, and that's great. The second one is, as you remember from the first video, your results may vary. Okay? We're doing the videos for a broader audience than you would ever have in a life coaching session, so keep that in mind. All right, so today we're going to do another demonstration. I hope you have your pen and paper handy again. This one's going to be talking about the colors of your room. And I know you're thinking, what's he thinking about this? And how's that pertain to life coaching? Well, you're about to find out. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. And I want you to write down, in the room that you're in right now, all the green things that you see in your room. Okay? All the green things. And I'm going to start in 30 seconds from now. Okay? 30 seconds. All the green things you see. It could be light green, it could be dark green. It doesn't matter. Don't do the green room behind me because you'll be writing all day. Everything back there is green. I love the color green, if you can tell. Okay, we're coming up on 15 seconds right now, and we're going. And you're coming up on 20 seconds right now, and 25 now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds are up. Okay, put your pens down. All right, you've scanned the room that you're in. You've taken a good look, I assume. You found all the green things you could find. Now I want you to close your eyes. And without peeking, don't cheat now. I want you to tell me all the brown things that are in your room. Say it out loud if you can. It works better, I think, if you do, if you're alone. If you're at work and you don't want to get in trouble, that's fine too. You can say it to yourself. But all the brown things. Light brown, dark brown, brass, doesn't care. Anything in the brown family is fine. Okay? We'll give you another 15 seconds to do that. We've already been talking for 15. So we got 15 seconds. All the brown things you can think of. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Open your eyes and take a look around. Look at all the brown things you missed. Now, why is that? Do you know? Now, let me just stop for 1 second before I answer that. You're in a room that you're probably pretty familiar with. You're either at work or at home. And this works much better, like, for example, if you came to my home office in an environment that you're not familiar with at all. Because a lot of the brown things that you rattled off are things you remember being there. You really didn't see them. But, okay, but it's still going to work to some degree. But it would be more powerful if we did it here. But whatever. So, why do you think you missed the brown things that you missed? Do you have any idea? Well, I'll tell you why. It's the way our minds work. When you look for green, you only see green. Now, you scan the room and you say, okay, there's a green thing, and there's a green thing, and there's a green thing, and there's a green thing. And that's how you look for things like that. Okay, and you write them down. What you don't do is say, okay, that's brown, and I'm not looking at that. And that's red, and I'm not looking at that. There's purple. There's a green thing. No, that's not how you do it. Okay? And that's how we attack things a lot in life too. Problems crop up in life, or things we want to create for ourselves in life. And what happens? We have a predisposed ideas as to how we want to attack the problem, or how we want to solve the problem, or how we want to create something or make something, whatever. And we're looking for green. And we're not acknowledging that brown could still be out there and existing. Do you follow that? So sometimes green hits the wall, doesn't work for us, and we stop. and we just give up without ever once thinking that there could be another option out there. You say, oh, well, I thought this way would work. It didn't work, so it couldn't possibly work. Well, that's not always how it works. As a matter of fact, there are many times in history when that's the exact opposite. If you go on various sites or whatever and talk about inspirational quotes and things like that, you've probably seen it a million times. That famous quote by Thomas Edison, right after he invented the light bulb, he had attempted, 10,000 attempts, mistakes left and right. He even tried wood. A piece of wood as the filament, because that's what he was failing at, was the filament in the bulb. They kept burning out, almost immediately. And, a light bulb that doesn't work for more than 30 seconds isn't going to do you any good. He even tried a piece of wood as a filament. I mean, and the famous quote is that, some reporter was interviewing him and said, well, why didn't you give up? And he says, well, I hadn't really thought about it giving up. I just thought I just invented 10,000 ways it wasn't going to work. You see, so he wasn't looking just for green. He was acknowledging the fact that other opportunities, other options exist. So that's what we're going to be doing with these video sessions that we're going to be working on. We're going to be keeping a clear and open mind about thinking outside the box, like we did in the first one. And we're going to be acknowledging the fact that brown could exist. See, I want you to think. I want you to be creative. I want you to use different perspectives that you've probably been using and probably been torpedoing yourself with them. Okay? Remember that. And, getting back to thinking outside the box for just a second, I want to give you an example. A lot of people say that, especially at work, think outside the box, you'll find the solution. And, you close your ears off and you say, well, that doesn't make any sense. It's so cliche, whatever. But I'm telling you something. You've done it all your life, and you don't even realize it. All the time. You ever make a dinner and the recipe calls for something, some kind of spice or whatever, and you suddenly realize you're 3/4 way through cooking this and you don't have that spice? Well, what do? Do you stop cooking the meal and throw it away? Of course not. What do? You improvise, don't you? You find something else to use, or you find something else that a smaller amount of whatever it was you were short of, or you don't put it in at all. And sometimes the meal turns out fine. Sometimes it turns out better, doesn't it? Well, that's thinking outside the box, right? Right. And what about another example? How about you ever done hot rod work on a car? That's thinking outside the box. You're creating all kinds of great things by changing things around, tweaking things here or there, being inventive, being creative. What about doing arts and crafts? There's a good example. Did you ever use something in arts and crafts that you would never use before for something that wasn't intended to use for? People do that all the time, don't they? Or you might load your paintbrush a certain way to create a new technique or a different technique that you've never done before. Isn't that being creative? Isn't that thinking outside the box? What about that guy Bob Ross? Remember Bob Ross on PBS? He'd take a paintbrush that you would paint the trim of your house and make a beautiful little tree out of his little happy trees, remember? They were great, right? Isn't that thinking outside the box? Isn't that being creative? That's what we're going to be working for, okay? That's what we want you to do. We want you to be creative. We want you to use that powerful, excellent tool that you have between your ears, that awesome tool. And no, you don't have to have a PhD in physics, okay? My name is Ed Walsh, lifecoachedwalsh.com. That's my internet site. Take a look. I'd appreciate some feedback on these videos. I hope you're getting something out of them. I really do. I love helping people, and I'd like to hear that I'm helping you. Okay? And if you have any questions or whatever, shoot me an email. I'll be happy to answer them. I might even answer them here on the videos. All righty? Have yourself a great day. Keep smiling. Keep thinking outside the box. Be creative. And remember, it's okay to look for green, but acknowledge brown could exist. All right? Have a great day.